lesson here, we're going to talk about standard events. We just talked about custom conversions in the previous one. Now let's get a little bit more technical for tracking conversions with standard events. So standard events are basically a small snippet of code, that Facebook provides us that we add to the base Facebook pixel. Okay, so the Facebook pixel code, we would add a little snippet of code, which is a standard event, to it. And I'll break this down for you. And this standard event, a snippet of code, is added to your pixel on the page that marks the conversion that you're wanting to track. So for example, the opt-in thank you page, or a registration thank you page, or a sales thank you page. Okay, and there's 9 different standard event codes. You can see them here, everything ranging from like view content to complete registration. And I'm gonna break each one of these down here for you and how to insert this code if you want to do go the standard event route. Now, where does the standard event code go? This is where it gets a little bit more advanced. Okay, so let's go over into Ads Manager and I'll walk you through how you would set up standard events. Okay, here we are back in Ads Manager, and so we would go to the Pixels section of our ads, of our toolbar here. So we go to Pixels, we're already here, and then we can go to Details. This is just like when we set up the conversion or set up the pixel before, grab the pixel. So we can go to the Setup button in the upper right-hand corner, and where it says manually install the code yourself. And so remember, we went through this here. This is the code, and we want to click Continue in the bottom right-hand corner. So we click Continue. And then here we are in our tracking events, our standard events. And so if you need a refresher here, that gives you what is an event, why should I add events? It says, by adding events, you enable Facebook to show ads to people likely to take a specific action, which we call a conversion, or build audiences of people who triggered a specific event. You can also add parameters like value of the purchase. And that says, how do I add the events? Well, where it says track event on page load, when a person is taken to a new page as a result of their action, such as when an order confirmation page appears after completing a purchase, or tracking event on an inline action like pressing a button. Okay, and that gets a little bit more technical, but let's walk through an example here. So let's just say we have let's just do a registration or something, or generate lead. We'll make that easy. So we'll click on generate lead. And so where it says track event on page load, the reason there's 2 different ones here is because where you grab the code is, where you paste the code is a little bit different. I actually want to go back and grab the Facebook pixel code real quick. So I open up a text doc here. I'm just going to paste that there. I'm going to click on continue. Go to generate lead. Okay, cool. So it tells you, it kind of walks you through. It says copy the event snippet code below, and then pasting the general code. It says after the end of the Facebook pixel code. Really, really simple. So all I have to do is hover over where the standard event code is, copy that, and then come over here, come to the bottom of the Facebook pixel code, and then paste it. And now okay, let me actually back up. So this right here, this code, I would want to grab this entire code, and let's just say that this right here is going to be the thank you page, and I want to make sure that I'm tracking events on this page when people get to the thank you page to mark the conversion. So again, I would go over to the analytics here, and I'd already pasted it before from my example, but I'm going to remove that, and then I would just paste the entire pixel code that I just copied and pasted from the text doc here, so now it includes the track lead script, which is that standard event. I would click save, and then again I would make sure that we click preview again, update again, and then I would want to make sure I click view page, because again, this loading of the page allows Facebook to talk to itself, and you can see it's green lit up. It says lead. Boom, there's my standard event is on. It's the Facebook pixel helper is telling me that their standard event code is there. Okay, and that's all you have to do. Actually, it's not that bad, right? And so I want to show you another example here for let's just say that you wanted to track an add to cart. So let's just say that you want to track people who are landing on a sales page and then they're clicking the add to cart button because you want to build an audience of those people who are clicking the add to cart button but aren't actually purchasing. Well, this is where you would do that. This is where you do that inline action. So basically, you would click on the track an inline action, and then if there's a value, you can put the value in there. And then let's just say that. So I grab the snippet of code here, and then it says paste the add to cart event code, and it tells you right where to do it. It's actually before the closing script. So I'm going to delete what we just did. And then, so it's going to go right in the middle here. You can see the script right here. So, and you can see where it says page view is already in the pixel. So I'm just going to the next line, and then I'm going to paste that add to cart script in there. And do I need that second script? Okay, so yeah, I think there's 2 scripts here. I don't need that second one there. See, I'm not a techie person. And that's it. So I would grab the whole thing. Again, I would copy that. And then I would need to make sure that it's placed in the code of the button. Okay, so this is where, if this is not your wheelhouse, I would seek the help of a web person to be able to do it. All you have to do is give them this pixel code, and they would place it in the add to cart button on the page there. Okay, so that is the add to cart, and then I want to show you one more option here, or one more example, I should say, for a purchase. Okay, so let's just say that we want to use the standard event code to track a purchase. So when someone lands on your thank you page after purchasing, well, the first thing I want to do is I'm going to add a conversion value in here. Again, from that example before, let's just do $297. And so now, whenever this pixel fires on the thank you page, Facebook will see that as being worth, if you will, $297. So that allows us to track our return on ad spend and our ROI. Okay, so what I would do here is I would copy the code. And again, I'm doing this on page load, meaning when somebody lands on the thank you page and that thank you page loads, cool, Facebook is seeing that as a conversion. So what I could do here, let me go back here, and I'm just going to back out of this. There we go. So I would just put that code at the end of the Facebook pixel code. You can see here where it says Facebook end Facebook pixel code, and then you place the standard event code right here, which is exactly what we've just done right here at the end of the code. So I would grab that entire code, copy, go over to my landing page. Again, so let's just say it's lead pages. Go to my page tracking, go to analytics, and I would place that entire code there in the header section tracking code. Okay, if you've already got the pixel there, you don't need to replace the whole thing or anything like that. You can just add in just the standard event code right here, and then just put it at the very end. So from that previous example, it was a lead. I can just go in here, remove that, and then paste that there. And again, save, update, view the page. Okay. That's it. That's all you have to do for standard events. So it seems a little technical. It is a little technical, but the more you do it, it's really not that bad. And Facebook walks you through it really nicely here in their instructions. And so as you can see here, you got different options: purchase, generate lead, complete registration, add payment info, add to cart, add to wish list, initiate checkout, search, and view content. So lots of different options here if you want to go the standard event route, or you can do the custom conversion route like we talked about in the previous lesson.